Good. All set
Yeah.
with the new vision? Okay. Just wait. We usually start at 11:32:33, Dr. Harshita. So we'll just then another 4 to 5 minutes we'll start, right? So
Sure.
the recording has
Sure.
started already, but yeah, we'll start the introduction, everything in another 3 to 4 minutes.
Sure. Meanwhile, if you want, we can get to know the audience. Who are they from? Where are they joining in?
I think what I will do, I was thinking that I'll probably initiate a poll, but let's see how the audience you know starts getting added.
Sure.
I think many people, Dr. Harshita, are also joining to listen in for their parents, family members. So I think it will be a very impactful and useful session for many. Yeah. And we'll make sound bites out of this. And of course, this is going live on YouTube as well now, on our channel, Ensure Joy channel.
Great. Do share those bites with me. I would also circulate it.
Yes, so probably on LinkedIn, and we'll see how on other social media handles we take forward. So just another 1 or 2 more minutes, and we'll get started.
All set.
Also check if you are able to share the presentations.
Yeah, so Sudhir, we don't have any presentation. It will be an interactive session.
Sure.
Yeah. Thanks for that, but thanks for checking in on that. Okay, so we will start, Dr. Harshita. Is that okay?
I'm ready.
Yeah, great. So Sudhir, I think it'll be good if I think I'll have to. This is okay. If we can have, if we can pin Dr. Harshita as the speaker. Is that
Let me
possible?
check. I think
Yeah.
once she start talking, it will be auto pinned, but let me check.
Yeah. Okay. Great. So hi everyone. Thanks for joining our series. My Assurance Talkies, our monthly series on themes related to wellness, themes related to how we can prevent hospitalization. So aligning to our key vision that we have as a company. We want to see how we are able to change our reactive approach to health to a more proactive one. right? And with that, we are able to look at ways we bring specialists who are actually into this prevention first approach to healthcare. So today is a very interesting topic, very close to all our hearts, also our philosophy and our vision of preventing hospitalization. So a very good morning to all of you, and welcome in joining us for this topic on how to get off lifelong medicines. And joining me is our specialist, a very special guest and a close friend, Dr. Harshita. She is a gold medalist in MBBS, and then also a functional medicine expert. She has a long experience of treating patients with chronic conditions like diabetes, thyroid, PCOD, and then also related to gut and anxiety issues. And we are very, very fortunate, and I'm really looking forward to this impactful session. I'll briefly hand it over to Dr. Harshita to introduce and speak a bit more about herself. But I'm very excited about this session. So yeah, over to you, Dr. Harshita.
Happy Sunday, everybody. I'm very excited to see you all on a Sunday. That really shows how committed you are towards your health. And I hope also your family members, because I heard some of you are joining in for your parents. So while I go ahead and introduce myself, I would also like to see your lovely faces with smiles on a Sunday. So if you could, are joining us live on Zoom, do turn on your videos as well so we can keep it more interactive and engaging. And all of you joining us on YouTube, put down a hi and what do you want us to cater to in today's session. So Dr. Rahul has already done a great job at introducing myself. So there's not much to add, but just to keep it simple, I am someone who's actually trained in reversing diseases by getting to the root cause of it. So when you would during this session also you will know that how we will go ahead with scientifically and evidence based approach of how you can get someone off lifelong medicines so they and their body is not dependent on a pill box. So that's what's going to be in this session as well. So let's get started. I think we'll keep the introductions later. We'll get started with the session. What say, Dr. Rahul?
Yeah, no, thank you. Good that you mentioned that. Yes, we'll focus on scientific and logical evidence-based discussions and pointers, because the minute we talk about, natural ways of healing, somewhere that image of, probably in my mind comes of, some sadhu sant, some Ayurveda, someone just coming in and giving you that magic potion, one drop, put it in water and magic will happen. So that is the image that comes when we think about natural ways to come off these chronic conditions. But yes, we will focus on thanks to your expertise, we'll focus more on scientific ways and evidence to see that how we can come out of these lifelong chronic conditions. So great. So I think what we want to do is first of all, some of the myths that we have, Dr. Harshita, right? If we can start from there, that we have grown up and I have seen my parents, who have been on diabetes medicines or hypertension medicines or thyroid medicines, that, they have this inherent belief that, yes, you will have to take these medicines lifelong, right? So why is this belief so strong, and is it really true?
Okay. So when does a belief form? When we hear something repetitively. So we have been hearing this very repetitively that, okay, once you have a diagnosis of, say, diabetes, thyroid, cholesterol, you will be taking medicines for life. So it is started also onto it like, okay, take it for 3 months and then mostly you'll be taking it for life. So we've heard this repetitively again and again. That's why we've started believing in it. I wouldn't say it was an inherent belief. It was inherent belief in at least our generation because that's what we saw our parents doing it. So what really now needs to change is you now need to start hearing contradictory or be at least open to a different perspective. And that's when we'll be able to change that belief. Just for example, if I would say how we all believed that the earth was flat and nobody went beyond the point because they thought that the earth is going to end. But the moment somebody proved that the earth is not flat, it is round, we all became open to it. And that is how we are in that transition right now, that we all have been believing that these diseases cannot be reversed. You'll be taking medicines. And now we are in the transition where there are people who are proving it that you can do it. And that's where we'll have a new world where earth is round and these diseases are reversible.
Fantastic. Great example. Great example. Thank you. I think you have struck the point home with this, that we have to challenge the traditional beliefs that we have, right? We have to be open to accept the new evidence, the new science, the new developments that are coming in, the new insights that are there. So thanks a lot, Dr. Harshita, for that. So I think when we talk about lifelong medicines and coming off that, one term that is usually being talked about is the gut brain connection, right? So if we can start from there and then we'll build it up, right? So if you can elaborate a bit more on what is this gut brain connection, the importance of that. Yeah.
Right. So our brain and our gut is actually connected, and the axis which we say is that vagus nerve. So nowadays is a lot of these terms, vagus stimulation and all of it. What are they all trying to do? They're just trying to establish the gut and the brain connection. So in simple terms, what would it mean? That whatever you're thinking, your body is feeling. Whatever your gut is feeling, your mind is thinking. So it works both the ways. Your mind is communicating with your gut and your gut is also communicating back to the mind. So there is that feedback loop which is happening. So now there's more evidence coming in just for, say, serotonin, which is a happy hormone, that is 80% secreted in your gut. So if you actually go ahead and do a gut microbiome test, you'll be able to detect and know that is serotonin secreted enough in the gut or not. That's why we also see a lot of times when somebody is in an emotionally low or sad state, they actually go to food. That's where they're emotionally eating. So at least the food kind of satisfies them and they can get out of that emotion. And also another similar situation is like when you are in a new thing, you're doing something new, you kind of have a sensation in your gut. Oh, what's this? Is this right or wrong? So that's where we actually know that the body is always speaking and communicating. And if you have a mental health issue, you always need to look at your gut as well. If there's any gut disturbances as well, you also need to probe in that what are your thoughts, what are you feeling. So that is where if we are able to really understand how the gut and the brain are communicating, that's where we can actually start shifting this into going towards disease reversal, and we will not be then just suppressing the symptoms, because otherwise that's what happens. If you have acidity, you just hand it over an antacid and you're like, okay, that should do the job. But nobody really asks you, are you feeling anxious? Is there something which is really bothering you? Are you overthinking? And the moment you ask that, you will actually get more insights. And then you will know that, okay, that's what's leading to the anxiety.
Great. So I can now say that actually there is the scientific backing to when we say I have a gut feeling, right? So that's the term that we use.
Yes.
Okay, great. But it also leads me to first ask a very simple question, Dr. Harshita, that you are a gold medalist, an MBBS gold medalist, and now you're talking about, the gut-brain connection, the food. You could have chosen the traditional way very easily, right? Doing your MDs and your DMs, right? And I'm sure you would have excelled in that. So why this decision to shift from the traditional path of medicine, allopathy, towards functional medicine?
Oh God, it takes me years ago, I think now. Okay, so it actually started during my internship, where you are actually exposed to all the fields, so you can decide what do you have to do MD in. And that's where I realized that I was interested in all, but I did not feel fulfilled in one individually. And so that's where that 1 year I took an off, where everybody else was going ahead and taking that off to study and write an entrance exam for PG. I took an off to actually go ahead and work with people and apply what I had learned, because I had learned about medicine. I had learned about how psychology affects you, how emotionally you can really resolve diseases. So I'd learned about this. So that 1 year I took to actually explore and go ahead and work with people. And fortunately, in my early years, I really got people who trusted me, and I could work with them, and I could start seeing that there was shift. There was evidence where I was able to bring about the change in getting them off medicines. And I think then fortunately COVID happened, which kind of established a very strong connection that how you are thinking is leading to how you are diseases are also happening. And that's where I actually got exposed to that there's something called functional medicine as well. So I went ahead and did certification in functional medicine while was also doing multiple other certification in psychology, psychotherapy. So eventually amalgamating all of these pieces together, the nutrition, the lifestyle, functional approach, to really create an approach where you can reverse diseases, because that's what I actually wanted, that I didn't want somebody to be dependent on a pill. So it's okay, doesn't have a specialization yet. Hopefully one day we have a specialization in functional medicine as MD as well. Maybe we'll
Great,
create
great.
that.
No, it will come, I think. So can food really be a medicine?
Okay. Before I answer that question, let me
Yeah.
answer what do I mean by medicine? We all
Right.
think medicine is like that magic pill, right? Which you take and everything's gonna be fine, and it does not have any side effect, right? While medicine has its benefit, also remember every medicine also has a side effect as well. It does come with its own ifs and buts, like if it's taken at the wrong time, it's taken in wrong dose, all of those different specification. And that is how actually food is. If you eat food in the right way at the right time, right season, right for your body, it can, same food, if it's not eaten in the right way, taken in the wrong dose, wrong time, it can create those negative harmful effects. So when you look at it holistically, that is how food is medicine. It can do good to you as well as do harm to you. We shouldn't always look at just one side of the coin, always look at both the sides.
Okay, great. So now that we've established that yes, there is evidence, there is science, we can come off, lifelong medicines, and food is one. There is gut-brain connection. So, Dr. Harshita, let us say that if someone comes and says that, I want to reverse diabetes in 7 days, right? Or someone approaches you that, no, I have this chronic condition, just wave the magic wand and get me off the medicines. So beyond these, of course, pointers that are expectations patients have, how do you approach these patients who have chronic conditions to see that they start coming off the medicine? So what is your approach, and how do you structure either their change in lifestyle, their change in thinking, their change in food habits? So how do you approach patients to start coming off these medicines?
These 7 days and all are now very good for marketing and clickbaits. But does it really give you results or outcomes? That is something you really need to evaluate. 7 days can maybe just get you started on something, but you need to sustain it for life.
Right.
If you're saying something, get off lifelong dependency, it needs to be sustained. So that's something you shouldn't really go ahead with. I would, if somebody's coming with that, I would say I'm not the right doctor for you. Maybe you should find a ticket to Mars and find a doctor over there, because I don't think anybody else exists here right now. But while having said that, what's my approach? So I don't have a protocol or principles as such, okay, because it's not one shoe which fits all.
Right.
So you really need to look at a person holistically. That's my foundation, where you're looking at everything from their entire body. Even if they're coming with gut issues, you're looking at other systems. You're also looking what's going on in their mind, what's their relationships like, what is the career path which is triggering stress, emotions, and how is their overall lifestyle. Once you start looking at them holistically, that's where you're able to infer that what could be the root cause, what is triggering their condition, what is amplifying their condition. And that's when you start putting pieces of puzzle together, and you start with first foundation. If you imagine a triangle, what would the foundation be? First foundation would be all the lifestyle changes, working on their habits, the nutrition, the stress component, physical activity, sleep. So that becomes the first foundation. So that definitely needs to be sorted in everybody. Then the next part of it would be, after you're doing this, you can build on with adding any kind of supplements if that is a requirement. Right now, if the body is deficient for a while, you supplement it. Please remember, it's a supplement. It's not going to be a replacement for anything. So it's going to be supplement for a while. So then you can get them off once the lifestyle is foundation is ready. And that then next leads to, if after that also you need more support, because sometimes you can have people from different stages of diseases, different way the body is working. Then if they need more support, that's where you can go into natural and herbal medicines. And then eventually would be the last option where you get into allopathic medicines or stem cells, exosomes or peptides, all of that gamut, or even surgery. So that is like the last, the tip of the triangle. So you see the need for people over there is very less. It's the lifestyle which is the foundation first, where majority of it can be dealt with. And it will be just a tiny percentage who will need the tip of it, where you need like the medicines, peptide therapy or exosomes or stem cells, all of the different therapies.
Great, great. Well, I think, you know, this hits the core, right? So you first have to, I think I really like that you have to look at the person as a whole, right? It's not only, you know, that particular symptom a person is saying, right? It is, you try to understand the person as a whole, the environment, the emotions, the probably social, career, and other stages of life, right? And from there, you get into the lifestyle, and from there the supplements and the support, or if then required, any allopathic interventions. So that I think is the right way, rather than, I think most of the people start from top, the allopathy, the surgical treatment, and then probably they do not even come down to the bottom of the lifestyle, understanding the lifestyle, understanding some more details about the person as a whole, right?
Right, very true. So it's something we say in functional medicine is systems biology. You need to look at all the systems at a cellular level to really understand what's actually happening at the root cause of it. And only then when you look at it, the dependency on the tip will reduce and your lifestyle and all will start. Because even though suppose you've gotten a surgery done or you're taking a medicine, you still have to do your lifestyle changes. Otherwise, it again just becomes a dependency, a shortcut. So it's very important that the foundation is set and then you can go stronger.
Great, fantastic. So now when we talk about this base, Dr. Harshita, trying to understand the lifestyle, one of the key factors also you mentioned that is the mental stress, right? You take an antacid, but not realizing that is the person anxious you mentioned. So how do you deal with people who come with some symptoms with underlying, reason could be anxiety or stress?
Right. The first thing would actually be recognizing it, because most of the time it does not even get recognized. I always say there are two sides of the coin. So if someone is coming to me with diabetes, I will always ask them how are they feeling, because there is now so much evidence that if you have diabetes, you have probability that you already have depression or you're going to develop depression. And the same applies to, say, anxiety or asthma. If you have asthma, you already may have anxiety or you're going to develop anxiety. So there are always two sides of the coin. So if someone is coming to me with, say, depression also, I always inquire how is their energy level? Are they eating well? Do they have any fatigue throughout the day? And same applies to it. So when you start looking at the symptoms in both the direction, when you are correlating it, that's where you are able to recognize, yes, that there is presence. Second, you're also able to make the other person realize, oh, that I never thought about it this way, that this could be triggering. My stress could be triggering my disease. My stress could be triggering my acidity. So that's where they start realizing. And then you support them in recognizing what is triggering their stress, then how are they coping with their stress. And when you make them recognize that this coping is not really the healthy way, let's go ahead and figure out constructive way of coping. And more often they're willing. We all have a little bit stress and we do need stress to function. So it's just about how are we coping with the stress, how are we responding to the stress. So if we can teach them, that's how they learn. And that's where when they apply it, things shift. So it's just a learning curve. It's just that maybe we're not taught in the school, now we're learning it, so it's fine.
Great. That earth is round, right? So good. So, Dr. Harshad, I really like the passion in which you have, the way you say you approach the patient, right? When a patient comes and tells you about some symptoms, you try to first understand the whole person. So, can you share some success stories, the turnarounds, one or two which at the top of the mind come that, no, this was a transformational impact, right? And can serve as an inspiration for our audience, of course, who are live, but then also, as we will circulate this, on different platforms. So those one or two stories that you would like to share.
Rahul, before you go ahead, I
Yeah.
have just one pointer here. If there can be a little bit of Hindi also attached to what we are discussing, because there are a lot of participants, and somebody has mentioned that in the chat as well. Right.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I see Mr. Agarwal. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Sure. ठीक है थोड़ा थोड़ा हिंदी में डॉक्टर हर्षिता माय हिंदी इज एज गुड एज माय पंजाबी तो we will try.
And I should say then my Hindi is as good as my Marwadi. But okay.
ठीक है तो हाँ कुछ एक दो
Definitely.
पेशेंट्स की कहानियां टर्न अराउंड स्टोरीज जिन्होंने वाकई ही विद योर हेल्प विद योर सपोर्ट वो अपनी मेडिसिन को छोड़ पाए.
ओके सो मोर देन हेल्प एंड सपोर्ट वर्ड जो मैं यूज करना चाहूंगी वुड बी गाइडेंस बिकॉज मैं हमेशा जो भी आता है मेरे पास ये बोलती हूँ कि आई कैन शो यू द पाथ आई कैन गाइड यू इट्स यू हु हैज टू वॉक ऑन द पाथ एंड जब आप चलोगे उस पर डेफिनेटली रिजल्ट दिखेगा. सो समथिंग रिसेंटली विच हैपेंड एक्चुअली वॉज आई थिंक 1 महीने पहले मैं कम्युनिटी ट्रैक में गई थी फ्रॉम अ कम्युनिटी ट्रैक एंड देयर वाज वन बॉय देयर आई थिंक इन 20s. ही कम्स अप टू मी एंड लाइक आप डॉक्टर हर्षिता हो ना. आई वाज लाइक हाँ. So because it was a very big committee and I didn't expect someone to know me. So then I was like, then he told me, do you remember Dash? Like he told a name of my client. And I was like, yeah, I do remember. So what about her? So then he's like, I am her son. And आपने 2 साल पहले उनके साथ काम किया था. आपने उनकी BP की और एंजाइटी की दवाई बंद की थी. और मैं एक्चुअली आपको थैंक यू बोलना चाहता था बिकॉज I recently then went with her to Singapore and all, and we all had such a fun time because she's now not anxious, she's not having those BP and all of it, she's not having those OCD-like symptoms, and she's doing so good. And that's when you realize कि आपने सिर्फ उस पर्सन के लाइफ में इम्पैक्ट नहीं क्रिएट किया है, आपने उनकी क्वालिटी तो बढ़ाई बट पूरी उनकी फैमिली की भी शिफ्ट ली where the family's life has also improved. So I think that is the biggest impact. It's not about just कि दवाई बंद कर दी है आपने. दवाई जब बंद कर दी लाइक क्वालिटी ऑफ लाइफ जो बेटर हुई है राइट दैट इज व्हाट वाज इंपॉर्टेंट क्योंकि आई रिमेंबर हर व्हेन शी कम टू मी दवाई लेने के बाद भी बीपी वाज हाई देयर वाज एंजाइटी सिम्टम्स देयर वाज ओसीडी सो वो सब कुछ था. तो दैट इज व्हाट वाज इंपॉर्टेंट कि दवाई पे डिपेंडेंसी बंद करके ये चेंज करो. तो दैट्स वेयर द क्वालिटी ऑफ लाइफ शिफ्ट्स. सो आई थिंक दैट इज समथिंग रियली स्टक विथ मी वेयर आई एम लाइक I'm not even in my clinic. I've gone to a trekking which to just have fun time, and that's where I hear back from someone in whose life I've created an impact 2 years ago. So I think that was a very recent experience.
Great. Dr. Shah, this is really impactful and meaningful, right? कि आपने मतलब एक पेशेंट को नहीं ट्रीट किया क्योंकि अगर कोई भी क्रॉनिक कंडीशन से कोई भी फैमिली मेंबर अगर सफर कर रहा है तो वो एक अकेला मेंबर नहीं सफर करता. आई थिंक उसका पूरा इम्पैक्ट फैमिली के ऊपर भी पड़ता है. तो अगर हम उनको एक आदमी को ठीक करते हैं स्पेशली द मदर एज एन एग्जांपल तो पूरी फैमिली इम्पैक्ट होती है राइट. पूरी फैमिली इंप्रूव होती है घर की इन्वायरमेंट चेंज होती है. तो आई थिंक दैट्स अ ग्रेट एग्जांपल. सो एनी example on diabetes, Dr. Harshita, that you would like to share of a patient and how that journey was, and the challenges that you faced. क्या मुश्किलें आई उस पेशेंट को मेडिसिन से ऑफ करने में या एक पर्टिकुलर इंस्पिरेशन देने में कि दे फॉलो दिस पाथ.
करेक्ट. सो एक पेशेंट आई डोंट मुझे पेशेंट वर्ड यूज करना नहीं पसंद. आई वुड फॉर लैक ऑफ बेटर वर्ड आई यूज क्लाइंट बिकॉज किसी को वो पेशेंट वाली फीलिंग पसंद नहीं है. तो जो मेरे पास अभी गुलबर्गा से आ रहे हैं सो आई एम प्रैक्टिसिंग इन बैंगलोर बट समवन ट्रैवल्स फ्रॉम गुलबर्गा टू जस्ट शो मी व्हाई बिकॉज जब आए थे उनकी शुगर 500 पे थी एंड HbA1c 15 था. ओके तो ऑफकोर्स जब वो नॉर्मली पहले किसी और के पास आए थे तो ऑफकोर्स दवाई की डोज उन्होंने कहा कि बदल दो बट उन्होंने सुना किसी से मेरे बारे में तो दे लाइक एक बार आ जाते हैं यहाँ पे चेक कराते हैं. एंड आई वाज लाइक ठीक है जो आप पहले मेडिसिन ले रहे हो हम उसी पे कंटिन्यू करेंगे हम डोज बढ़ाएंगे नहीं. ठीक है हम देखते हैं कि आपकी जड़ कहाँ है एंड लाइफस्टाइल इंटरवेंशन पे शुरू करते हैं उसके हिसाब से एंड देन देखेंगे कि क्या करना है मेडिसिन के साथ. ओके तो इन अ मंथ जो 500 से नॉर्मली उनकी शुगर आती थी कि 400 से नीचे कभी नहीं गई है. नाउ इट इज 200 to 250 के रेंज में विदाउट चेंजिंग द डोज ऑफ मेडिसिन. द डोज ऑफ द मेडिसिन इज द सेम विच शी वाज टेकिंग अर्लियर जिससे HbA1c 15 सब था. ओके एंड जस्ट मेकिंग दोज लाइफस्टाइल शिफ्ट she's first feeling better in terms of energy levels, that happiness and all of it, जो उनको इतना पहले फील नहीं हो रहा था. सेकंड, शी इज ईटिंग एवरीथिंग. इट्स नॉट लाइक कि चीजें कट कर दी, अरे ये नहीं खाना, ये नहीं खाना, ये शी इज ईटिंग इट एंड शी इज एंजॉयिंग द फूड. तो वो एक बदलाव आया है. The energy levels being changed, the happiness is being there, eating everything is being there. Now she's actually motivated कि यार अभी तो है ना, मेडिसिन पूरी बंद करेंगे, अभी और थोड़ा शुगर को कंट्रोल में लेके आएंगे, अभी जो ऑलरेडी ले रही हूं मैं उसको कैसे बंद करेंगे. आई थिंक वो इंपॉर्टेंट है. कभी कभी है ना, आपको बस जहां से आप हो, जहां पेशेंट है, वहां से शुरू करना चाहिए. तो दैट रियली शिफ्ट्स इट. सो नाउ दे frequently keep traveling from Gulbarga just to show and see कि what can be done better, and they are so compliant कि वो follow through भी कर रहे हैं सब कुछ. So that is what is actually required. जब actions लोगे, automatically results मिलेगा. And अभी हम actually, I think in a week we'll be doing उनके HbA1c. I am hoping from 15 it has come within 10. I will keep you all updated about it.
Great, great. So I think we are sure, Dr. Harshita, that there will be a transformational change. एक बहुत ही अच्छा बदलाव हम उस client में देखेंगे. But this also leads to a very important question from which everyone can benefit. कि कितना जरूरी है कि अगर आप ऐसी कंडीशन में हैं, आपका 300, 400 या 500 या 10 है HbA1c या 12 है, और आप मेडिसिन ले रहे हैं, कि आप एक एक्सपर्ट गाइडेंस के अंडर ही इस पाथ पे चलना शुरू करें. सो व्हाट इज द क्रिटिकलिटी ऑफ an expert supervision for you to start getting on this track of coming off medicine?
Definitely, like, it is important. Okay, it's not because I'm an expert I'm telling you that. Why it's important is क्योंकि experts are trained into कि कुछ भी complications हो गई, कब करना है कब नहीं. See, even though my goal is to get you out of lifelong medicines, if there is a need where medicine is going to do you more benefit than harm, I will not stop the medicines. So just like how this client's example I was giving, that she had come to me with 500 sugar. We did not increase the dose, but we did not stop the old medicines also. We kept the old medicines going. So then when she comes to a point जब medicines actually कम कर सकते हैं, तब हम करेंगे. So that is very important. I just remember, but there was one client who has cholesterol and who's of course on statins and blood thinners as well. And because he's undergone like an angio and all of it, he's on a couple of medications. And then we just got it started working on it. And just next day, he just completely stopped all of the medications when we just began the lifestyle changes. And he completely stopped all of the medicines. And I immediately like got a call from her wife that, okay, he stopped all the medicines without consulting you, without consulting his gynecologist, because I always keep a super specialist also on a loop if they've already gone a surgery or anything undergone. And that's when we had to talk him out of it, that I agree, that's our goal, कि हम उसको, we will get off it. But you cannot immediately just stop all of it. You need to get started firstly and prepare your body, because your body is now so used to it, of that lifestyle. Like I would say, no, when आप used to हो जाते हो एक lifestyle के लिए, that's how medicine becomes. कि आप used to हो गए उस medicine के लिए, तो आप suddenly जब stop करोगे, वो body के लिए झटका होगा. तो वो झटका हमें नहीं देना है. हम slowly, easily we can transition the body. तो उसके लिए दैट ट्रांजिशन पीरियड के लिए एक्सपर्ट सुपरविजन की जरूरत है. बट उसके बाद आप एक बार सेल्फ डिपेंडेंट हो जाते हो, आपको एक्सपर्ट सुपरविजन की जरूरत नहीं है. देन आपको बस अपने आप पे डिपेंडेंट रहना है. एंड हर एक्सपर्ट का वही गोल होता है कि आप खुद पे रिलाई कर लो. तो बस वो तब तक के लिए वो एक्सपर्ट सुपरविजन डेफिनेटली जरूरत है.
Great. No, this is fantastic insight and this is very important. क्योंकि जितने भी ऑडियंस हैं अभी, या जितने भी लोग हैं जो कि मतलब इतने सालों से मेडिसिन ले रहे होंगे, ये नहीं है कि इट्स अ स्विच ऑन स्विच ऑफ. देयर इज अ ग्रेजुअल टेपरिंग ऑफ, बट इट इज पॉसिबल एंड वी सी द रिजल्ट्स. एंड स्टार्ट विद एक्सपर्ट गाइडेंस एज अ कोच. जैसे आप कोई भी नई चीज करना चाहते हैं, तो अगर आपके पास कोई कोच है, आपके पास मेंटर है, आपके पास गाइडेंस है, देन द आउटपुट्स आर मच बेटर, राइट? इसी तरह मैं, जैसे आपने अगर सपोज 100 मीटर डैश भागना है, तो इट्स नॉट लाइक यू विल जस्ट say that, okay, I'll run tomorrow 100 meters, right? You need the right coaching, training, and over time you will be able to do it and improve. So I think that's the importance of the right guidance or expert guidance. Thank you. So, Dr. Harshita, I think we have had a very rich discussion so far. So now some tips for the audience. Let us say that one food tip that you would want to give to the audience that they should definitely avoid.
Avoid.
Yeah.
Okay. So avoid का इतना है. So let me first tell you what you need to do, because we always focus on क्या नहीं करना है, and our brain is like, अरे मुझे समझ में नहीं आ रहा क्या नहीं करना, instead मुझे बताओ कि क्या करना है. So
Right.
one thing you definitely need to do, and will apply to everybody no matter what walk of life you are in, where you are in, eat first as per season, as per region. So, and bring in variety in your food, okay? And when I say variety, just not vegetables and fruits में variety के हर रोज अलग सब्जी बन गई तो variety आ गई. हर रोज अलग दाल भी बन रही है. हर रोज रोटी अलग grains की बन रही है. Bring in that variety in your diet and eat as per region and season. That's really going to reduce your health issues to a significant. That would be one thing to do. And of course, I'll answer Dr. Raul's question also. Not to do is stop counting your calories. I think you should only count your money and blessings. Don't count calories. Enjoy the food
I'll
for
not
the
talk
energy.
about money, right? Counting money, but yes, always count your blessings. Great, great. But this money thing brings me to a very interesting point, Dr. Harshita. What is the most weird or funniest question your client has asked you about coming off medicine or functional medicine?
Weird तो पता नहीं, but I think everybody comes with the doubt firstly कि क्या ये possible है.
Okay.
वो तो थोड़ा स्टैंडर्ड है. क्या कैन यू रियली गेट ऑफ द मेडिसिन? आई थिंक दैट्स वेयर इट लुक्स इनटू कि इतना बिलीव सेट हुआ है ना कि अरे कि यार पॉसिबल है भी कि नहीं. सो आई थिंक दैट डेफिनेटली इज ऑलवेज देयर. एंड लोगों को फंक्शनल मेडिसिन जब बोलते हैं ना तो उनको फर्स्टली लगता है कि अब कोई स्पोर्ट्स इस मेडिसिन में हो या मतलब वैसे फंक्शनल ट्रेनिंग वगैरह करते हो. नो. सो फंक्शनल मेडिसिन सिंपल वर्ड में इज बेसिकली कि हाउ वी कैन इंप्रूव द फंक्शनिंग ऑफ द बॉडी बाय गेटिंग टू द रूट कॉज ऑफ इट. लाइक जैसे अगर डायबिटीज हम जैसे बात कर रहे हैं, डायबिटीज के लिए सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट ऑर्गन क्या है? पैनक्रियाज. तो हम पैनक्रियाज की फंक्शनिंग कैसे बढ़ा सकते हैं ताकि आपको डायबिटीज के लिए दवाई ना लेना पड़े. सो दैट इज व्हाट फंक्शनल मेडिसिन इज, दैट यू आर लुकिंग एट द रूट कॉज थ्रू ऑल द सिस्टम्स बायोलॉजी and improving the functioning of the internal body, not just your joints and muscles so you can do good in your sports, but yeah, overall internally and externally.
Great, great. This is helpful. So I think I am almost through to what comes to my mind, right? And we wanted to have some polls, but just one personal question to you, Dr. Harshita. Right? For you, one food you absolutely love, but you rarely eat.
I think that would be desserts. My ice cream. I
Okay.
eat it when I want to celebrate something. So I'm eating out of joy instead of eating out of guilt.
Right. No. I think I'll open it up for the audience before we wrap up. Any questions from the audience? Anything you would like to ask? Dr. Harshita, or even I'm open to say that if anyone has their own story or journey to share of how they have tried to either manage their medicines or their family members' medicine or trying to come out of it. किसी का कोई सवाल है? Right, Hindi, thanks. You've got appreciation, Dr. Harshita, in the chat. So that's great. Yeah. So any question anyone has for Dr. Harshita?
I think you'll have to unmute participants.
Yeah. So you can type in the chat window.
So I think they can raise hands. Whoever has a question, you can raise hands and then we can unmute one by one. Meanwhile, others can also put it in the chat.
I think Mr. Agarwal wants to ask a question. So Sudhir, can you ask to unmute? Yeah, can you unmute?
Okay,
Or unmute all, Sudhir, right now?
Done.
Okay. So, Mr. Agarwal, yes, you have a question. Please go ahead. Okay. So you can also type your questions in the chat. You can ask to be unmuted in the chat and we will. Oh, Mr. Agarwal, how do we unmute? So, Mr. Agarwal, you are unmuted already.
Meanwhile, we're figuring this out. Others, if you have anything to ask, say, put it down in the chat. You have any questions? And also do share your feedback on the session so we can keep enhancing it.
Okay, so I think while we wait and while people figure out, and Dr. Harshita, I think I've learned a few things as takeaways. Right, first is that we don't need to feel that if we are on a lifelong pill. I'll be honest that I'm on antacid for the last 8 years now. Right, that you are stuck with it. Right, there is a way for you to, under guidance, and with your commitment and discipline, to come out of those medicines which you have been taking for years, or which you think you may have to take for years, either for yourself or your family members. Right, so I think that that's very encouraging, and there is now science behind it. There is expert guidance available. So please feel free to reach out to us, to you, Dr. Harshita. So you can reach out to Dr. Harshita, everyone, through us. We can facilitate that. That's one. The second aspect, I think, also is very important, that when you actually go to a doctor, or when you actually look into that, how you want to improve your health, looking at yourself in totality is important, as a whole is important, right? Not only looking at a particular symptom, right? So I think that that's another key learning that I've heard from you. I think that that's a fantastic insight. Another aspect which I think scientifically I did not know, that 80% of the serotonin is secreted in the gut. Right, so I think that's a fantastic insight, very meaningful for us to understand. जो लोग थोड़ा सा मेडिसिन को समझते हैं, तो I think serotonin, जैसे आपने बताया कि, is a happy hormone, right? And if most of it is being secreted in the gut, so there is a key role the gut plays in this. So
Very true. So sometimes in depression, if you just change their diet a little bit, they will see a marked improvement in their depressive symptoms. So
Right.
that is how significant it is.
Okay. So Tripathi CSP Tripathi is requesting to unmute. So Sudhir, can you kindly do that? Vaishnavi has asked, which is a very important question. With a stressful 9 to 5 job, what should be something we shouldn't miss out on when it comes to curing diabetes? So you are in a 9 to 5 job, and of course it's stressful. So what should you not miss out when you have to see that you are able to cure diabetes?
So firstly, I would say this: just recognize what aspect of your job is creating the stress. If you can identify those triggers, so that identification is gonna support you that, oh, these are the things which is increasing my stress. So how can you reduce the triggers in one place? While you're doing that, second is how we can cope with stress better. So I always say that coping with stress doesn't just have to be emotional eating or suppressing your symptoms. So that is not the healthy way of coping with stress, or just completely neglecting. Instead, the stress could be coped in a constructive way, like channelizing that emotion into a sports. It could be channelized through a relaxation activities like breath work, meditation, journaling. It could also be channelized through community engagement, where you're connecting with your friends, your family members, and all of it, where you have that social time, where you have that me time. When you're having those moments, right, automatically you're able to de-stress yourself. And that is where you'll be able to bring yourself back, switch that 9 to 5 to making yourself more relaxed. So I always say, somebody who's in work 9 to 5, always say that at least every 2 hours, take a 10 minutes break, where you're either just going out for a walk in your own company, wherever you are. You can just either going out of walk, looking at nature, or doing breath work for 5 minutes. That itself will kind of de-stress you throughout. And that 9 to 5, you will not really be in stress. So even though your question was not to miss out on, I always say what to do instead of what not to do. So that's where you get started on, because you always can take positive actions. We can't like take a negative action.
Yeah. No, the mind, human mind is tuned not to think negative, right? Anyways.
Yes.
Great. Great. So I think Mrs. Indu is asking how to contact Dr. Harshita. So I think we'll guide. You can we share your number, Dr. Harshita, here? Is that okay to contact you? Can you type that in the window
Yes.
directly?
Please
And you can
WhatsApp instead
refer
of
to this
calling.
talk. Yeah. Okay, great. I think I'll just read out this compliment to you, Dr. Harshita, that Shweta has shared that this was an informative session, and for her dad, she has mentioned that she has a better understanding of the science behind disease reversal and breaking a lot of myths. So thanks a lot, Dr. Harshita, for that. Yeah, okay. Or you can reach out
Amazing.
to.
I'm glad that this information was, sorry, I'll just complete. I'm
Yeah,
glad that the information was supportive. I would want you all to apply a little bit of this information also, so you can start seeing that small results. Yes,
Right.
over to you, Dr. Rahul.
Yeah. No, I think, for us, what is very important, like you said, accept first that instead of the earth is flat, the earth is round. I love that statement, Dr. Harshita, from you. I'm going to use that, right? Because we are so much ingrained, and it's the easiest thing to do, right? To pop a pill, right? But if we say that, no, there is a way for us to improve the quality of our life, right? Taking pills, we may live to be 100 years as well. We are taking 2 pills now, we may take 20 pills 20 years down, with the advancement in medicines, but the quality of life also has to improve, right? And with that, if we are able to, with expert guidance, और एक अच्छे डॉक्टर की गाइडेंस के अंदर आपके जैसे, अगर हम अपनी मेडिसिन्स को कम करके हम, if we are able to come out of those, I think that's a great improvement in the quality of our life, और हमारी ही लाइफ नहीं, हमारी फैमिली की भी, जैसे हमने बताया. तो I think that's very important. Or in the end, I think Dr. Harshita, I'll allow you to conclude. But before I go there, I think this is core to the philosophy, the vision of our organization, to prevent hospitalization, to be able to see that how we improve people's health through a more proactive and preventive approach. But over to you for your concluding.
Dr. Rahul, just one
Anji.
thing. I think 2 members, Mr. Tripathi, Mr. Agarwal, wanted to talk. Not sure
Yes.
if they are unmuted.
Yeah, please, they can go ahead and talk.
Yeah. Mr. Tripathi, Mr. Agarwal, if you have any question, please.
So Mr. Tripathi is still muted. So Sudhir, if you can.
So
Okay.
while they get unmuted, okay, did they get unmuted?
Yeah, Mr. Agarwal is unmuted.
Hello. Are you getting my voice now, Doctor?
Yes, Mr.
Yes.
Agarwal, yes.
Good. Fortunately, I'm getting now.
Yeah.
मेरा बड़ा simple question था for the sake of lot of peoples. जैसे डॉक्टर हर्षिता बेंगलोर बेस हैं, तो कोई पेशेंट बाहर हैं, जैसे कोई मान लो हम दिल्ली से, आई एम फ्रॉम गुड़गांव, या somebody from उदयपुर, somebody from some other place, तो is it मतलब how is practically feasible and possible to contact Dr. Harshita and she guides on through telemedicine something? What is system, so that a lot of people can understand how you address the things?
Sure, Dr. Harshita.
Definitely, you answered your question in your question itself, that telemedicine. जैसे हम as right now Zoom से we're connecting with all of you. So अभी technically my clients are not just in Bangalore. I have in Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Kashipur, so Uganda. So there is a wide diversity. So of course we use technology, teleconsultation platforms where we go ahead and do. So most of the things are possible to do across. Some of the things may not be possible, but it's okay. It's about the clinical judgment, and you get started on certain things. Maybe certain diagnostics may not be possible, but other than that, everything else is possible even beyond Bangalore. So we can connect through teleconsultation.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
And
Malay, it is so sorry, just a minute. So it is as
Sure.
effective as coming to personally in Bangalore to meet you. You mean to say? Because some are the
Right.
some are very chronical cases. Like one of my relative, they are suffering from kidney disease. So maybe they want to contact you. So that's why, so some cases are very critical.
Definitely, we can do it. And in case where I feel that a in-person assessment is required, always there's going to be some doctor in your location. So I can always find which would be the best doctor, and they can see in person and they can give their inputs as well. So we are very much well connected in that way. So it can be as effective. At very rare situation, do we need like those in-person assessments as well when it's there? But it can always be figured out. जहाँ पे जहाँ चाह है वहाँ राह है. So we'll always figure it out.
Fair enough, Doctor. Fair enough. Good.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, so I think same for Mrs. Indu as well, that we'll share her number, Mrs. Indu, with you. I'll personally share that with you, and then you can take your consult with Dr. Harshita.
Dr. Shah, good afternoon, Rahul sir, Prateek sir, and Dr. Harshita. Myself, CS Tripathi. सर एक क्वेश्चन से मेरा जो हमेशा मेरे दिमाग में है, हो सकता है इस सेशन से रिलेटेड है नहीं, लेकिन मेडिसिन से रिलेटेड है, कि बहुत सारे लोग ये सोचते हैं कि हम बहुत सारे डॉक्टर्स ये एडवाइस करते हैं कि आप पूरा बॉडी हेल्थ चेकअप कराओ, एक एक चीज का जो भी ऑर्गन्स है वो कैसे चल रहे हैं, क्या नहीं है। पर लोगों का कहना है कि ज्यादा चेकअप भी ठीक नहीं होता। यदि अननेसेसरी यदि किसी प्रकार की कोई दिक्कत आ गई तो माइंड में एक टेंशन होता है और अननेसेसरी हमारी मेडिसिन बढ़ जाती हैं। तो इसमें मैं आपका सजेशन चाहता हूं कि इस केसेज में अपन को क्या एडवाइस है कि लोगों को क्या अपन बोलना चाहिए। जैसे लोग बॉडी चेकअप कराते हैं, फुल बॉडी चेकअप बिना किसी परेशानी के लोग कराते हैं, और उसमें यदि कोई भी चीज निकल आती है तो वो एक मेडिसिन की राह में चले जाते हैं और धीरे धीरे वो गिरफ्त में फंसते जाते हैं। तो आई वांटेड टू नो दिस पर्टिकुलर।
Sure. Dr. Harshita, please answer, then I'll add my perspective on it. But please go ahead.
Definitely. Let's share our perspective. So I hope आपको उस perspective से clarity मिले. एक कभी भी है ना अंधकार में नहीं रहना चाहिए. We always need to be aware. So blood tests are essential, routine checks. हाँ, certain tests जैसे like X-ray हो या MRI, CT वगैरह exposure ज्यादा हो सकता है, तो वो आप हर रोज जाके नहीं करा सकते हो. उसको पीरियोडिसिटी होती है, तो हमेशा आपके फिजिशियन आपको बोलेंगे कि ये टेस्ट साल में एक ही बार कराना है या 2 साल में एक बार कराना है. तो हमेशा फिजिशियन से पूछ लीजिए कि आपकी एज के लिए, आपकी हेल्थ हिस्ट्री के लिए, आपकी फैमिली हेल्थ हिस्ट्री के हिसाब से आपको क्या क्या टेस्ट कराने चाहिए, और वो टेस्ट आपको रूटीनली करने चाहिए. डेफिनेटली वंस अ ईयर आई ऑलवेज सजेस्ट. पहले था कि आई वुड से कि वंस यू आर 30+ यू शुड गेट योर टेस्ट डन एवरी ईयर, एंड देन आफ्टर 2 years or 3 years into my practice I started telling after every 25. Now I'm telling after 20 ही please start doing 21 से, so you have your entire track record, ताकि आप अपना ट्रेंड भी देख सकते हो. कभी कभी ना थायराइड सिर्फ एक ज्यादा आ गया है 6, बट सपोज इफ यू हैव योर 5 years ओल्ड डेटा, आप देख सकते हो कि ग्रेजुअली बढ़ा है क्या या एकदम एक सडनली कुछ बढ़ा है. सो जब इतना डेटा आपके पास होता है ना, आपका फिजिशियन ऑल्सो कैन ऑल्सो गिव यू बेटर इंसाइट्स कि ये कोई इमोशनल इशू की वजह से हुआ है तो हम आपको और वेट कर सकते हैं बिफोर स्टार्टिंग ऑन एनी मेडिसिन, या ये आप इतना टाइम से ट्रेंड कर सकते हो. दे कैन मेक बेटर जजमेंट. सो हमेशा एनुअल चेकअप्स आई वुड डेफिनेटली रेकमेंड टू डू इट. ओके. सेकेंड, ये वहां पे ये बिलीफ बदलना है कि एक बार कुछ गलत आ गया तो मेडिसिन शुरू हो जाएगी. तो दैट आई थिंक गोज बैक टू आवर फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन. अर्थ फ्लैट नहीं है, तो कुछ आ गया इसका ये मतलब नहीं है मेडिसिन इज द ओनली सोल्यूशन. बॉटम ऑफ आवर ट्रायंगल इज व्हाट? फर्स्ट लाइफस्टाइल. आप अपने आप को तो मौका दीजिए, अपनी बॉडी को मौका दीजिए, स्टार्ट डूइंग दोस चेंजेस एंड आप चेंजेस देखोगे. एंड इवेंचुअली मेडिसिन इज ऑलवेज द लास्ट थिंग. So emergency hospitals, all the hospitalization is always the last thing. So never think that कि that is my first option. अगर आप उसको first option सोच रहे हो तो that is what we need to change. It's not wrong in doing test, but हाँ, thinking medicine is my first option, वो mindset बदलना है बस.
Yeah.
थैंक यू डॉक्टर, थैंक्स लॉट.
सो त्रिपाठी जी, मैं एक बड़ा सिंपल सा एग्जांपल देता हूँ. आप 2 व्हीलर चलाते हैं या 4 व्हीलर चलाते हैं?
यस सर.
उसकी रेगुलर सर्विस करवाते हैं?
हाँ बिल्कुल कराते हैं सर।
बस बॉडी भी वैसी है, बॉडी भी एक
Right.
मशीन है, ठीक है। इसका रेगुलर चेकअप करवाना जरूरी है, और अगर कुछ चेंज करवाने की जरूरत हो, कुछ मरम्मत की जरूरत हो
कभी
तो
कभी कभी ऐसा कोई मैकेनिक मिल जाता है सर कि पूरा इंजन खोल देता है। प्रॉब्लम कुछ और होती
वो
है
हाँ,
और
तो इसलिए
डायग्नोस कुछ
जरूरी
और हो
है
जाता है।
कि आप सही मैकेनिक के पास जाएं, आप सही उसका जो प्रॉब्लम है उसको पकड़ें, ठीक है ना।
राइट।
हालांकि आप बोलें कि इंजन में से आवाज आ रही है, तो अब कई मैकेनिक्स की पकड़ में आ जाती है आसानी से। कई मैकेनिक्स पूरा इंजन खोल के बंद कर देते हैं, फिर भी आवाज आती रहती
राइट
है,
राइट
ठीक है।
राइट
तो
राइट
वो
राइट।
एक्सपर्ट गाइडेंस वहां पे बड़ी जरूरी रहती है। लेकिन
एब्सोल्युटली।
ये जरूरी है कि हाँ, हम अपना रेगुलर चेकअप करवाएं, इस चीज से ना डरते हुए कि अगर कुछ निकला तो मुझे कुछ करना पड़ेगा। तो डॉक्टर हर्षिता ने जैसे बताया कि अंधकार में नहीं रहना, इग्नोरेंस इज नॉट अ ब्लिस। स्पेशली जब
करेक्ट।
हम अपनी हेल्थ के बारे में बात करते हैं तो इग्नोरेंस इज नॉट अ ब्लिस। बहुत चीजों में इग्नोरेंस इज अ ब्लिस, लेकिन अपनी हेल्थ के बारे में ही अगर हम इग्नोरेंस या इग्नोरेंट रहेंगे तो इट मे कम टू हार्म अस, और बहुत जरूरी, आर फैमिली में गेट इम्पैक्टेड। तो इसलिए जरूरी है कि हम रेगुलर चेकअप करवाएं। अगर कुछ निकलता है तो उसका फिर एक्सपर्ट गाइडेंस से देखें कि किस तरह एक स्ट्रक्चर्ड वे में किया जा सकता है। उसको लाइफस्टाइल मॉडिफिकेशन से ठीक किया जा सकता है, उसको थोड़े से सप्लीमेंट से ठीक किया जा सकता है, या एक अक्यूट कंडीशन है जिसको हमें मेडिसिन लेके ही ठीक करना पड़ेगा। लेकिन हमारी अप्रोच ये है कि कैसे फिर वी कम ऑफ दोस मेडिसिन।
राइट सर, थैंक्स
तो
लॉट।
मैं एक एग्जांपल देती हूँ। हमें ना ब्लड टेस्ट को या कुछ भी रूटीन चेक को सिर्फ एक डायरेक्शन में देखेंगे कि वो क्या नेगेटिव है बताएगा, बट बहुत बार वो क्या पॉजिटिव है वो भी बताता है। एक एग्जांपल देती हूँ कि कोई आया था मेरे पास जिसका कोलेस्ट्रॉल हाई था एंड फैमिली हिस्ट्री थी हार्ट अटैक्स की, हार्ट डिसीजेस की। तो ऑफ कोर्स एज वो जब कार्डियोलॉजिस्ट के पास गया, तो क्योंकि थोड़ा कोलेस्ट्रॉल हाई था तो एज अ सेफ थिंग स्टैटिन शुरू कर दिया। तो उन्होंने स्टैटिन सिर्फ 2 हफ्ते लिए और उनकी पूरी क्वालिटी ऑफ लाइफ चेंज हो गई। वो गोल्फ वगैरह सब खेलते थे एंड उनकी वो अभी एनर्जी नहीं थी टू प्ले ऑल ऑफ इट। तो देन ही गॉट टू नो अबाउट मी एंड ही केम टू मी एंड ही इज लाइक कि कोई और ऑप्शन है क्या, क्या कैन प्रोटेक्ट माई हार्ट ऑल्सो विदाउट हैविंग टू टेक स्टैटिन्स। सो मैंने और 2-3 टेस्ट करवाए हैं जो ब्लड टेस्ट ये, ताकि पता चले कि कितनी सीरियस है कोलेस्ट्रॉल का ये इशू। सो आई गॉट होमोसिस्टिन डन, लाइपोप्रोटीन डन एंड ऑल ऑफ इट, जो एडवांस मार्कर्स है जिससे थोड़ा पता चलता है कि हम वेट कर सकते हैं क्या स्टैटिन्स के लिए। तो जब वो करवाए वो टेस्ट नॉर्मल थे, तो देन वी हैव दैट कि अरे हाँ ये टेस्ट हमारे नॉर्मल है, तो हम स्टैटिन्स के लिए डेफिनेटली थोड़ा वेट कर सकते हैं एंड वो क्वालिटी ऑफ लाइफ ही उनकी खराब हो रही है। तो लेट्स गो अहेड एंड स्टार्ट हिम ऑन सप्लीमेंट्स एंड लाइफस्टाइल मॉडिफिकेशन सो ही कैन प्रोटेक्ट हिज हार्ट। तो फैमिली हिस्ट्री भी हमने अकाउंट की है, उनके सारे ब्लड टेस्ट भी अकाउंट किए, एंड वी ऑल्सो हैव पॉजिटिव ब्लड मार्कर्स नाउ। सो इट्स ऑल्सो इम्पोर्टेंट कि हम दवाई सिर्फ स्टॉप नहीं कर रहे, हमें ये भी रीजन होना चाहिए कि हम दवाई क्यों नहीं दे रहे। सो हमारे पास कुछ पॉजिटिव रीजन भी होने चाहिए, दैट इज वेयर साइंस एंड एविडेंस कम्स इनटू प्लेस। सो ब्लड टेस्ट है ना, एंड और जिस रूटीन टेस्ट बहुत बार हमें क्या अच्छा है बॉडी में वो भी दिखा रहा है। आई थिंक हमारे इंडियंस में माइंडसेट, अगर कुछ भी नॉर्मल निकल गया ब्लड टेस्ट में, अरे यार मेरे 1500 रुपए वेस्ट हो गए, कुछ भी नहीं निकला। और हम एंड में ये भी बोलते अगर यार कुछ निकल गया तो अभी तो मैं मेडिसिन के इसमें जंगल में फंस जाऊंगा। हमें वो चेंज करना है, ऐसा नहीं है। अब पहले जानो कि क्या है, क्योंकि अवेयरनेस फर्स्ट स्टेप होता है, अवेयरनेस के बाद अप्लीकेशन आती है। तो हम इस सेशन से क्या कर रहे हैं, आपको इंफॉर्मेशन दे रहे हैं, अवेयरनेस दे रहे हैं कि ये पॉसिबिलिटी है। अभी आप जब जाके एक्शंस लोगे, दैट इज व्हेन आप चेंज देख पाओगे, तो अप्लाई कर पाओगे इस इंफॉर्मेशन को। सो अवेयरनेस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट विच कैन लीड टू एप्लीकेशन।
ग्रेट,
थैंक यू डॉक्टर।
यू वेलकम।
Super, Dr. Harshita. The praise for you is pouring in the chat. So,
Thank you,
right,
Dr. Rahul, for that opportunity, and that I'm glad that we're able to be at that paradigm where we are able to create this new mindset.
right. So
We
I
are
think
those.
just one, Sharon has, shared appreciation for the discussion. There's one specific point she has mentioned. Please share your expertise and in which specialty can you help. So I think if you can repeat that, Dr. Harshita, for which conditions, chronic conditions especially, people can reach out to you where you can help. I think that will reinforce the message to everyone.
Right. So one differentiator of functional medicine over other specialty is like I am not looking at just one symptom or one disease. Any condition you would actually come to me with, which is chronic के language में मतलब जो 3 महीने से ज्यादा आपको बॉदर कर रही है, या 3 महीने से ज्यादा उसके लिए मेडिसिन ले रहे हो, या कुछ रेजोल्यूशन नहीं मिल रहा है मेडिसिन लेने के बाद भी, anything like that, you can come to me. That's where I will look at you holistically from a systems biology approach and figure out what's really triggering it. And that's where we can get into root cause reversal. Having said that, over the decade, what I've mainly seen is gut issues, hormonal issues, okay, of course your metabolic like diabetes, cholesterol, hypertension, and mental health issues like anxiety, depression, OCD. So these 4 have been the most core which I've repeatedly seen. So having said, that's what would my niche be: gut issues, hormonal issues, metabolic like diabetes, hypertension, thyroid, okay, and mental health issues like anxiety, depression.
Great. Fantastic. So I think we will wrap up with that. Prateek, anything from your side before please go ahead and you can wrap up. Yeah.
No, fantastic session, Dr. Rahul and Dr. Harshita. Thank you so much. I think much more clarity now, right? Because we are worried. पूरा टाइम हमको वरी रहता है कि भाई अभी एक बार शुरू हो गया तो फिर अब ये खत्म नहीं होगा. But I think it's just more about the mindset, right? We can do it. Others have done it. We will also be able to do it.
Yeah.
So thank you so much from all of us here, Dr. Rahul, Dr. Harshita. Yeah.
No, thanks, Dr. Harshita.
Thank you
Thanks
so
a lot.
much.
I really enjoyed
you
the
so much.
conversation. 1 hour has gone by. We didn't realize. So I think thanks a lot for keeping it very simple, Dr. Harshita. Thank you everyone for joining. And yes, of
It's
course,
joy and
you know,
too.
please feel free to reach out to Dr. Harshita. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you, everybody. Have a happy Sunday.
Thank you.